Last week was a shockingly busy week for devices. Not just last week, but like this time of year is usually quiet. Yeah. Weirdly, it's really busy.
Summer.
Yeah, we had to review all the new Apple stuff, and then last week we had 2 new Pixel products, the Pixel Fold and the tablet, and just yesterday, hopefully maybe, we published the Zenfone 10 review.
Yeah, we definitely didn't.
Never mind.
Didn't. But
should I redo?
Well, I have thoughts on it. Well, that review may be later, but hey, the pod people get a little bonus because it'll be earlier on the pod.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. So
what do you want to do first?
Yeah. So what do you want to do first? I mean,
I guess the Pixel tablet we can do first. That's a simple one. The Pixel tablet. The review is out. It's about what we thought. You know, no real dramatic surprises here. It's an Android tablet. It's a $499 tablet that comes with the dock in the box. And the dock is like this magnetic speaker dock, which has pins, and you just pop it on there, and it becomes like a home hub. You pop it off, and it's a tablet. Cool. My main discovery when actually using it for a while was the speaker dock is not that great.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like the speakers themselves on the tablet are
really
completely lacking any bass.
Yeah.
They're very tinny. So when you pop it onto the tablet dock, it actually sounds much better because you get like all this bass because it's a much larger driver. But it doesn't actually get that much louder. And so when I compare it to like the $229, obviously it's pricey for a home speaker, but it's cheaper than the tablet. When I compare it to that Nest Hub Max speaker, the Nest Hub Max is much louder and has better mics from far away and can be a security camera, which the tablet can't, and is on 24/7, but you can't pop it off and use it as a tablet. So, you know, it kind of exists at the top of the home hub lineup, but at the bottom of the tablet lineup. I'm curious if you have thoughts on it, but I thought it was all right.
I think the Nest Hub Max has better audio though, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like a lot better speakers.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're really paying like almost, actually more than double to have the tablet.
For the ability to pop it off and use it as a tablet anywhere.
Yeah, that's sort of the weird sort of thing with this product is that if you remove the separate, like you can buy another speaker dock separately for $130. If you removed the whole speaker dock thing from it and you were like, oh, this is a $270 pretty good Pixel tablet, you'd be like,
solid.
This is a really good price for an Android tablet. It's running a Tensor chip. It's like pretty good, like very good price for a tablet. But in my head, and I think this is how Google is marketing this thing, it is I guess they're marketing it as the Pixel tablet, but I see it as a home hub that you normally use as a home hub that every now and then you're like, I want to watch Netflix on the couch. Every now and then you're like, I need to move the ingredients for this recipe over to the other side of the kitchen, so you move it over there. And I don't think Google really wants you to take it on the road that often. They just sort of like added a USB-C port so that if you did, that you technically could.
Do you think they should have done it the other way around? Like right now, the only way you can buy this tablet is as a $500 bundle with the dock. Do you think they should have sold it as a $300 tablet without the dock? I think that I would find that easier to recommend.
I think the dock being $130 is ridiculously expensive, especially considering the speakers aren't good. If the speakers were... Okay, and here was another thing too. There's a story that went out that said Google removed the Wi-Fi chip in the dock. They originally were going to put its own chip in the dock so that it could be a separate smart speaker, which makes a lot of sense. If you,
been nice.
Because you can buy these separately, right? So if you could have these just like, they're basically home speakers just sitting around your house, and even if you didn't have a Pixel tablet on it, you could be playing music from it. You could be using them as assistants. $130 for a smart audio speaker is about what a smart audio speaker of that quality costs. You know, like a Nest Audio is like what, like $100?
Not even.
Yeah, I think they're like $100. They have good audio. So if you could basically buy a Nest Audio that you could also pop a tablet onto to charge and use as an interface.
Talking about the little one or this one?
The Nest Audio, that one, yeah. How much is it? $100?
$100, yeah.
For $130, like that's okay. But the fact that it's $130 for a thing that is a brick.
It's a brick when there's no tablet.
When there's no tablet on it.
Yep.
It's like,
tough.
Why would you buy extra of these? Like, you're just going to have things plugged in that do literally nothing unless you figure that, oh, maybe I'll move the tablet over.
Here's some other context. For the same money, you could buy a Nest Hub for one room and a Nest Hub Max for another room and still have money left over.
Yeah.
because the Nest Hub is $100 and the Nest Hub Max is $230. So that's $330.
Better audio on the Max.
Matter of fact, toss in another Nest Hub. That's $330. You're still under
wow,
$430. So you have a Nest Hub in the bedroom, a Nest Hub in the living room, and a Nest Hub Max in the kitchen.
Or you could put a Nest Audio somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. And you still spent less than this tablet with the one dock.
That's crazy.
So it's like, it feels like because it's a tablet, it's a really good price.
Yeah.
But it is very interestingly placed.
Yeah, I have a question about that.
Yeah.
So you know how sometimes like people will release a product and they can charge whatever they want because it's like the only thing of that product. Is this one of those moments where because there's nothing that's a one-to-one, it's the same?
I don't
Google
think
could
that,
just charge whatever they wanted for
I don't
it?
think that people want Android tablets badly enough that they can charge whatever they want for this.
You know, the only thing that could convince me, yes, is there was that moment on stage at Google I.O. where they sort of teased it at first and they showed the tablet and they showed it clicking onto the dock and everyone went, oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Including Andrew.
Yeah.
And me.
And it is the only one that does exactly that. And so if you do picture yourself using that particular feature a lot,
Yeah.
then there is no comparison.
Yeah.
This is the only one you can get.
So then follow-up question, how long does that remain true? How long before Lenovo makes one? How long
Lenovo
before
has
Apple
already
does one?
been making this kind of thing. It's not
But
exactly
one that
the
just
same.
pops off like off of a speaker?
Yes.
Interesting.
They made one like years ago in like 2018.
Google's is like, okay, you use the Google Home app
Yeah.
and you use all Google services, so you get the Google one.
Yeah.
That makes like the most sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, as of right now, the way my tablet lives in my house is it's on a folio case. It's in a folio case all the time, and it's just like
Plugged in
propped up.
permanently?
It's not even plugged in. It just like wanders around the kitchen and eventually gets plugged in when it's about to die.
Yeah.
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 Almost the same thing.
Yeah.
And the speakers are loud enough that it's actually the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
So it's just weird because they marketed it as Pixel tablet, but that's not in my head what this product is. It's a Nest Hub large
Ultra.
with worse audio. Yeah. That can also
Nest
become
Hub
a tablet.
Go.
Yeah.
Nest Hub
They
Go.
should have called it Nest Hub tablet.
Nest Hub
Nest Hub
Ultra
Tab
Go.
or Nest Hub Tab.
Nest Hub Tab Go Ultra tablet.
If it had better specs, you could call it Ultra. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just because it's the biggest screen.
Yeah, but it's 60 hertz. It's the display's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's definitively fine. Bad off-axis viewing angles, but
Yeah,
whatever.
There was a little bit of questions for me, and this can kind of bring us into the Pixel Fold of the tablet app experience.
Yeah.
because this has been a thing we've talked about every single time there's a Pixel. Any Android tablet at all is are the apps going to be better?
Yeah.
and there's always like a small handful of apps where you're really impressed, and then the rest of the apps you're like, oh no, it's not better at all. And things like, Instagram and Twitter aren't exactly great on the iPad either, but you can keep going down the list, and like YouTube Studio is not optimized on the tablet.
Yeah.
A lot of my mobile apps that are on the inside screen of the Pixel Fold, like my golf app is not optimized. It's just a lot of apps still aren't great on the tablet.
Yeah.
So that's still a thing. The new weather app is awesome.
Yeah.
Google made a weather
Right.
app.
They did make a
that's
brand new
pretty
weather
solid.
app. Yeah.
I'll give them that. But
Yeah.
I think
they made that specifically for you.
I always talk about weather apps, so maybe they're listening. But we can talk about the Pixel Fold because this has been in my pocket for almost 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
And the review of it is also out. And it's a weird phone that I kind of actually like a lot, but I
Yeah.
realize I won't be recommending to most people. Also, fun fact, I played a beach tournament over this past weekend, and this phone was in my bag at the beach for 3 straight days,
In a
and it
Ziploc.
somehow hasn't died. I actually didn't put it in a Ziploc or anything.
Yeah.
I know there's got to be some sand in here,
So-
and it's like a ticking time bomb.
Ron Amadeo over at Ars Technica.
His diet.
Yeah, he literally only used this on his desk. He hadn't even moved it from his desk while he was writing about
How
it.
was mine
You
not
should have
died?
taken it to the beach.
I literally went to a beach for 3 days.
Yeah, he might have just gotten super unlucky. He gets unlucky very frequently with a lot of
I feel
devices.
like it does, yeah.
But so the thing about this phone is that it folds completely flat.
Mm-hmm.
And can I see it really quickly?
Yeah.
So when you open it, there's not really much space between the bezel and the screen. It's just kind of there.
Wait, I thought the thing is that it doesn't fold completely flat.
It does fold completely flat. It doesn't open completely flat.
Yeah, it doesn't quite open.
It opens to
flat.
like 177 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So closed, it is a flat sandwich with no air gap.
Yeah.
Oh, I
nice.
see. Yes.
Yeah.
It's nice, and I do really like that. I think the problem is they have this like screen protector that
You
doesn't
can see the edges.
doesn't completely go to the bottom.
Yeah.
Which very much feels like a Galaxy
gen?
Fold Gen 1
Remind you of
problem.
anyone? Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they had to add these before they sent out production units while they were like they had them in reviewers' hands. They didn't have these like caps in the top and bottom that kept dirt and debris from getting in. And the Fold, it's just raw OLED underneath the screen protector. And raw OLED is very dangerous. And so I guess Ron had like a piece of dirt or dust that got onto the little bezel part that is raw OLED. And because when he closed it, because there's like almost no space between the bezel and the actual screen,
You're just clapping sand in there.
directly into raw OLED on his
Yeah.
desk too, right? Like,
Man. Does
So-
he just have a desk just covered in sand? And
Yeah.
he's just like, I only use it on my desk, but
don't
hey,
know.
there's a lot of sand here.
I would say if you do buy this thing, you should definitely get the like pixel protection for it
Yeah.
because
Here's what I'll say. Clearly, Google was very protective. It seems like they sent out a lot less of these phones for
Yeah.
review. Like they are being very cautious with it. I felt like I was reasonably normal with mine. Like I have some nicks on the top. I have some nicks on the bottom. I took it to a beach.
yeah, the camera area looks kind of scarred up a little bit.
It's a little scarred up. Yeah, I really used it.
Yeah.
And my conclusion at the end of the day was this is the best folding phone to use while closed.
Yeah.
I use this phone closed all the time like normal. And I really only open it once in a while when I go, you know what? I've got 15 new emails and
Yeah.
I've got some time to burn. Let's
Yeah.
get into it. And then I would open the phone and I feel like a productivity monster. And I would do that for a while and I close it and use it like a normal phone again.
Yeah.
It's the best at that.
Yeah.
That's like really what this phone is most awesome at. My least favorite thing about this phone is you cannot have a different layout on
Yeah.
your home screen on the inside and the outside screens.
Yeah.
So just for our listeners who are a little confused about what I mean, every other folding phone,
Yeah.
the outside home screen is one setup, is one phone. And then the inside, when you open it up to your inside screen, you can set up a completely different phone. You can have a different wallpaper. You can have a different set of apps and widgets. So on your outside screen, maybe it's a little cramped. You might have your texting app, maybe your Google Maps, a couple things you access really quickly just on one home screen. But then you open up on the inside.
Whoa.
But then you open it up on the inside.
It's hard to open, guys.
It is hard to open. And you end up with a whole bunch more space. So you do like 2 or 3 widgets and your games and your apps that you use all the time.
Yeah.
On this one, whatever you do on the inside screen will immediately be reflected on the outside screen.
Yeah.
If you have 3 home screens on the outside screen, when you open it up, you'll have the exact same 3 on the inside screen, and you can't have them different.
I will say that I like that if you're using an app on the outside screen and you open the phone, it's immediately in that app.
I like that.
But I think that Google did some like tweaks to Android for large screen devices and folding devices to make it so that when you have it open, it kind of sees it as like 2 displays, right? Because you can't, when you have it open on the inside screen, it kind of like artificially sets like if
the
you
home screen.
Yeah, if you had the home screen on the phone folded and you swiped to your second display, that second display is the right side of the inner screen.
Yeah. So screen 1 on the left, screen 2 on the right.
And the only thing that
Screen
spans is the Google like search bar.
Yep. Actually, weirdly, that's the only thing. Like you can't.
Like you can't place widgets in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it.
And I think they did that. This was the biggest problem with the Microsoft Surface Duo, by the way, is that the Microsoft Surface Duo didn't see itself like that. So when you had it open, it thought it was just one big display.
Yeah.
So when you would span apps, it wouldn't split them. It would just like have missing text in the center.
You could have missing pixels.
Yeah. So I think they intentionally did it. So they were like, okay, this is screen 1, this is virtual screen 2. And when you have it open, let's just blend them. But again, like you said, like the problem with that is that you can't like have different setups and like different orientations of screens. You would have a different type of setup.
Yeah. Just feels
So-
a little weird that would, like it's an Android phone. I feel like if there was a folding iPhone, of course they would do that.
Yeah.
I figured the Google one would let me change.
Yeah.
So,
There should
that
be
was
at least be a setting for it. And that's
Yeah,
something they
let me
could
check the
probably
box.
update. Yeah. They could probably update that. Yeah. It is. I will say the form factor of using it closed is amazing.
Yep.
It's more Find N2-esque, which please Oppo, please, for the love of God, make a global version of that phone because the bands in the
I like
US don't
this one
support
better
it.
than the Oppo.
You like it better?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might need to
It's
try
really
it.
smooth. Tensor GT. It's smoother on this phone than any other
That's
Tensor GT
crazy.
phone. I did think that was weird.
That is weird.
It's the smoothest 120 hertz Google Pixel phone ever.
Do you
Wow.
like it better than the Fold?
Then the
Galaxy Fold?
Galaxy Fold, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I hate the form factor of the Galaxy
and that's
Fold.
because the Fold is kind of
Too
still
narrow.
awkward to use while closed.
Too narrow.
Yeah.
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 Cool. Yeah. I mean, the hardware is really good.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's $1,800.
Yeah.
So is Samsung's.
That's true.
But Samsung has a better inside screen, has
Yeah.
thinner bezels,
Yeah.
which does mean you need a weird hole punch or
Right, under display.
selfie
Well, but they
camera.
had thin bezels before they added the under display selfie camera.
Also true.
So-
They could have done a hole punch. But Samsung has better inside display. Samsung has bigger battery and better battery life and
Yeah.
faster charging. And the cameras are about on par.
Does it have a better software experience? Would you
No.
say?
No,
Pixel
Google's-
is
no.
better.
The Pixel's got the
experience.
software for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of tit for tat there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 30-watt charging, right?
30-watt max.
But it has wireless charging.
Pretty poor battery life.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
I've read other reviews that didn't mention their battery life was as bad as mine, but I've continued to use this phone and continued to have subpar battery life.
Yeah, I read Allison's review on The Verge, and she said that the benefit of using it closed all the time, which she also said you feel like you can use it closed all the time,
Yep.
is that you'll get a little bit better battery life. But she didn't really seem to go into detail about the overall battery life.
So that logic tracks perfectly. From my experience, I am using mostly the outside screen.
Yeah.
And my battery life is subpar. Therefore, if I use the inside screen more, I would have even worse battery life.
Yeah.
That's my angle.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Tough.
Waveform is a...
Waveform was produced by Adam. Wait.
Wait, what?
That's how it starts, right? Okay. Waveform is produced by Adam Alita and Ellis Roven. We are partnered with the Vox Media Podcast Network, and our intro outro music is that not what he said?
It's a part of the Vox Media.
Waveform is produced by Ellis Roven and Adam Molina.
That's
we
backwards.
are part of the
It's Adam Molina and Ellis Rowan.
Waveform is produced by Adam Molina and Ellis Roven. We are part of the Vox Media Podcast Network.
Newark, New Jersey.
Waveform is produced by Adam. Waveform. This is throwing me off. I can't point. Waveform is produced by Adam Molina and Ellis Roven. We are part of the Vox Media Podcast Network, and our intro outro music is created by Vane Cell.
Wait, is created in it, or is it just by?
That's good enough.
So, Waveform is produced by Adam Molina and Ellis Roven. We're part of the Vox Media Podcast Network, and our intro outro music is by Vane Cell.
Can this be the? Can this just be the clips outro? Yeah. Thanks for watching this clip.
Thanks for
See
watching
you
the
next
clip.
time.
I tried.
Look at the big computer.
That's it. That's the clips outro.